A-lick. Wait a second. A-lick, what's going on? Welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. This is your favorite online home to learn how to play the guitar, the banjo, or the mandolin. And today we're learning an old fiddle tune called June Apple. And it's typically played in the key of A, but I've decided not to do it with the capo. We're going to learn how to play it in the open position. This is going to change things up just a little bit. You're really going to like it because it gives it a little Celtic feel. And in the second A part and the second B part, I introduced some triplets for you, which makes it sound even more Celtic-y. All right, so if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, here in a little while, I'll ask you to go over to my favorite website, BanjoBenClark.com, where you can join as a Gold Pick member, and you can watch hundreds of videos, download hundreds of tabs for lessons that I put up just like this one each and every week. Over there you can find the PDF and the TEF file tab. It's extremely accurate, just the way that I played it. And then I have about a 20-minute video lesson for you where I slow it way down, teach every measure. I play it all the way through for you very slowly, and then I have 4 different speeds of guitar rhythm tracks for you to practice along with. So enough blabbing, let's jump into the first measure of June Apple. We're going to learn a great version of June Apple, and I love these old fiddle tunes because they're typically divided into 2 main parts, the A parts and the B parts. And then inside each one of those A and B parts, they're even further divided in half. So on the tab, we'll go ahead and throw it up here. I have the first A part labeled, the second A part, first B, second B. And the reason why I do that is because if I try to make the first A part and the first B part stick closer to the melody. And then on the second time through, add some triplets in this one, maybe stretch the melody a little bit. And they're more difficult. So if you find that the second A part's maybe too difficult for you, you can always play the first A part 2 times in a row. They're 8 measures apiece. So you can just go back and repeat the first A part. Same way in the B part. You could play the first B part 2 times in a row, and that would suffice for the whole B section. Now this song's in the key of A, but it's in the mixolydian mode, which means that instead of playing a G sharp, we're going to play a G natural, which kind of gives it that dominant 7th feel and almost gives it a little Celtic feel as well. I naturally want to kind of throw some triplets in here in the song because it has that Celtic feel. You'll notice that in each one of the notes there's a pick stroke direction beneath it, so pay attention to your pick strokes. And let's dive into this one. We're going to start out with just a 2-measure intro, and these are called potatoes. And we're going to start hammering on from the 1st to 2nd fret on the G string, and then we're going to play a little shuffle pattern there. So 1st and 2nd measure sounds like this. And all that does is establish the tempo for people that are playing the song with you, and they'll know when to come in. Okay. After we've played those potatoes, at the last beat of measure 2, we're going to use our ring finger and we're going to slide really quick from the 3rd to 5th fret. That's a 16th note slide with a downstroke, and then catch the 3rd fret on your E string. That's the last beat of the 2nd measure, so it sounds like this. And at that point, measure 3, we're going to go into the first A part, and I'm going to stick very close to the melody, the old-time melody in this first A part. And it's pretty simple playing. We're going to stay on the E string for the most part. We're going to start there, measure 3 on the 5th fret, and play 5, 3, open, 3, 5, 3, open, 3, 5, 3, open, just this pattern going back and forth. So measure 3 sounds like this. We do the same thing going into measure 4. And then we're going to just walk down the scale. When we land down there in measure 4, I want you to use your middle finger to reach up and grab the 2nd fret on the E string for the last note of that measure. Let's play measures 1 through 4 just slowly so you can get the feel of it. And that puts us in position to go into measure 5, and I'm going to use my ring finger to play the 3rd fret on measure 5, and we go into another little pattern. It sounds like this. Pretty simple, huh? In measure 6, we're going to do another 3, 2, and then with our ring finger, we're going to slide from 3 to 5 and land back on the 3rd fret. So measure 6 slowly, sounds like this. At that point, we're going to do another one of those little slides, but I'm going to do it just from the 4th fret to the 5th fret this time, because we don't really have room to get back to the 3rd fret. Okay, so we're going to do 4th to 5th fret, and then we're going to play the exact same thing, measure 7 and 8 that we played in measure 3 and 4. So we've already covered it. Walk right down the scale. Measure 9, we're going to walk down the scale again, starting with the 3rd fret up here. 3, 2, open, and then I'm going to switch and grab the next 3rd fret with my middle finger just to put me in good position. 3, 2, open, 2, 4. That's measure 9. And then wrap up the first A part here, measure 10. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Now we're going to get ready to go into the second A part, and it's at this point that you could go back to measure 3 and play the first A part over again. But I'm going to show you a little different A part going into measure 11, where we're going to go up the neck a little bit. Let's check that out.